All right. Excuse me. We are ready. And we have a bunch of theories to test today. It is still the off season, so there really isn't anything to do in game. I mean, I could play some ranked games, but there's really no point at the moment. So instead, we're just gonna mess around with these theories that everyone has. All right, I will read them to you. So I took this from a post on Facebook. Uh, and then I went over them earlier today and built the decks that were being singled out in these comments. All right, and so let's get at them one at a time, and then let's see if they actually, if the claims that are made in these posts actually make sense, or actually does happen uh, on stream. All right. So the first one is, I built a lore. So I quote. I built a lore hold spirit deck about graveyard recycling, making spirits, and what are the first 7 matches I queue into to test it out? All graveyard hate. How often does anyone see graveyard hate in standard 2022? Never have I. The worst part is the decks weren't even well constructed. They're just perfectly foiled. Super fun. All right, so the claim is if you use a lore hold spirit deck, you will get matched up against graveyard hate, right? Okay, so let's see. And this is all in ranked standard 2022. Ranked standard 2022. So ranked standard 2022. Let's see how many times. Of course, we will have to play some of these games to a point where we can check out if the opponent has uh, graveyard hate or not. That will take some time. That is what we have, time. Yeah, let's keep this. This is my first time entering the standard 2022 queue. Let's play our Lorehold Apprentice. Alright. Alright. I guess we just do we block? It's not block. So this guy doesn't have graveyard hate, I guess. I mean, he's beating us quite well enough without graveyard hate. And this, of course, this deck. That is, of course, because this deck is bad. So no graveyard hate here. Let's just. Alright. Let's do it again, of course. Point is to check, right? And I am getting some quests done, which is good. And this is a mulligan, I guess. Yeah, let's keep this. Twitch. Yeah, this is an interesting deck in the new standard. This is the Rakdos deck I've been hearing so much about. Oh, I'm gonna stop you in your tracks with this 1/2 flyer. Yeah, my 1/2 flyer. Alright. Alright, so we haven't seen the any graveyard hate yet, right? We're just gonna look at a few more of the cards in this deck. I think we might actually stand a chance here. No blocks. Okay. Maybe we swing. No, we can't swing. We'll kill him with our lore hold excavation. Right, he's run out of gas. He's not run out of gas. No, it's a dragon. It's a dragon. No. Oh my goodness. Let's plug this. Oh, I should have blocked the eye twitch. Oh no. That's right. He would have been able to kill these. We're dead there. No, come on. Let's do it one more time. See if we get matched against Graveyard Hate. Then let's move on to the next one, right? This is boring. Alright. Last chance to meet some Graveyard Hate. It is Graveyard Hate anyway in Standard 2022. The frog? The frog is Graveyard Hate. I guess. Play this. No attacks. Oh, we might actually stand a chance here. Sure. He won't swing, right? What does this do? Whenever you cast... Okay. If I swing with this, he'll just block. This will die. And I won't get to return a creature. Oh, I can swing with this first. Right. So he won't block that. Regain. Right. Portable hole takes our apprentice. No attacks. Okay, so I'm gonna Alpha Strike. No, not really Alpha Strike. Okay, Alpha Strike. Okay. Block, we're still just dead here. But as you can see, there is no graveyard hate. Right? 3 for 3, no graveyard hate. So much for that theory. Let's move on to the next one. And you know, another interesting thing is that this is a 2-4. Because right down the line, and this is funny, at least for me, right down the line here on these comments, you have another person, different one, saying, let me get there. Let me get there. It's really funny. So you have this first guy claiming, right, that when he uses a Lorehold Spirit deck, they get matched up against Graveyard Hate. And then we have this other person who says, where is that? There we go. So this is a different person, and it says, I'm now in my 5th straight mirror games. Haven't seen one single Lorehold Spirit deck since I built mine. But right now, it's all I'm seeing, and it's annoying. So you have two different claims, opposite claims. One is saying he always, not opposite, not exactly opposite, but different claims. One is saying that when he plays the spirit deck, he meets graveyard hate all the time. The other is saying that when he plays his spirit deck, he meets the mirror all the time. And both of them are not what both of those did not happen in this case, right? So we're not disputing that they happened. They probably did happen. But it's not something that happens regularly. I mean, it can happen to you. It doesn't mean it happens to everyone else. All right? So it's not a conspiracy. Uh it's not a conspiracy. It's not something that's like something being rigged. No. Anyway, let's go on and do the next one. The next one is what deck do I have here? So use that as a guide. Oh, right. Let's get right to that. This one has several. Ooh, I can delete this. This is one of the free decks that don't really need. Right, okay. So this guy, So this is the statement. It was a while back, but I was playing Standard 2022. I decided to test the matchup. I went to find an S tier deck, whatever that is. Is there an S tier deck in Standard 2022? I don't think so. I had the card, so I made this mono green stomp deck. Then for 3 games in a row, I got the same Valkyrie deck. So the mono white deck, right? Which is actually also popular. And then I switched to a Timur ramp deck. So I wasn't able to build the green deck yet. I missed that. So then I switched to, this is what I was able to build. So I switched to a Timur ramp deck. In the next 2 games, I got mono white. So I switched to mono white. And the next 3 to 4 games, I got goblins and white. So the claim is when you use a Temur ramp deck, you get mono white, and then when you switch to mono white, you get goblins and the mirror. I mean, the mirror is hello Melasauce. I'm just having some fun here. I mean, the mirror, the mono white mirror, as you can see, the mono white deck is actually quite popular, right? The mono white deck is actually quite popular in Standard 2022, and for good reason. Let's try to see if I can scrounge up a mono white deck by going to Channel Fireball. Going to Channel Fireball and looking up their deck vault. So I don't think, I don't think Goldfish has Standard 2022 or is keeping track of Standard 2022. But Channel Fireball is. There we go. So White Weenie is actually at the top of the power ratings. At the top of the power ratings for Channel Fireball, which kind of tells you why it's popular. And that tells you why, if you do play Standard 2022, very likely, you will go up against mono white. Not because of any conspiracies, but because it's the most popular deck. And apparently, as far as Channel Fireball is concerned, the most powerful deck. Let's see if I have this complete. I mean, I'm not going to craft anything for this, so that's okay. Copy to clipboard. Let's import that. I have it. This is the CFB Mono White Standard 2022 deck, and it's supposed to be the most powerful deck in the format, and we have it built, so I can actually play this later. What does it look like? Right. Okay. Yeah, this is actually about the list that destroyed us the last game, right? So you can see that people really do play good decks because, well, you know, that's what you do in a game where you're supposed to play decks. You play the good ones. All right, so let's go back to these conspiracy theories. So first we'll do Timur Ramp, the list of which we have here. This is the same list that he gave us with a few modifications because I didn't want to craft the 4th Alron's Epiphany and the 4th Giant something. All right, and then let's see. Well, he says that he got 2 games. Then the next 2 games I got mono white. So let's see if we also get mono white. And like I said, it's actually possible for that to happen. Oh, by the way, we have packs. It's actually possible for that to happen because simply mono white is the best deck in Standard 2022. Right? But let's see. Let's see if the exact same thing happens. So we get to mono white, and then when we switch to mono white, he got 3 to 4 games of goblins and the mirror. I mean, that's not even. I mean, that's even reasonable, right? All right. So this is definitely not mono white, right? Unless mono white has started playing Riverglide Pathway. So let's just see what this is. Then let's move on. This looks like a dragon's deck. We are a giant's deck. Yeah, they are a dragon's deck. Or are we also a giant deck? I mean, are we also a dragon deck? I'm not sure. But we are ahead. What do I want? I think I'll go for, do I go for mascot exhibition? I think I go for mascot exhibition here, right? Yeah, let's go for mascot exhibition. Mascot exhibition. Oh no, I should have gone for containment breach. Well. I can actually play Battle of Frost and Fire. Right. And we play this red. Because we want to double Dragon's Fire. We play this. That sweeps the board. This is definitely not mono white. What does this do? Scry 3. And bust. Can I kill the... Can I kill the dragon? Let's see. What do I have here? I think I have... I can kill the Esca's chariot, I guess. It doesn't help me with the dragon, but... Or we can concede, right? Because this is clearly not mono white, so we really don't need to look at this anymore. So that's already wrong. They said, well, my next 2 games were versus mono white. And our first game wasn't versus mono white. Let's see the second game though. Maybe, I guess, again, like I said, mono white is the most popular deck. Sphinx's Revelation. One of the most iconic cards of my time. I mean, let's show that mountain. Show that. This is going to be very interesting when we have rotation and we have these snarls. And these are going to be the ones that are played. So clearly this is not mono white unless mono white became mono black. I don't know what good joke to say in that situation. This is not mono white. This is probably Rakdos, right? Or even mono black. So this is not going to, yeah. So second conspiracy theory didn't pan out. Now that's part 1 of that conspiracy theory, right? So that's part 1. So now let's do part 2 where it says, now when I switch to mono white, which we do have, the next 3 to 4 games were goblins. The part 1, could you repeat part 1? You mean the first conspiracy theory? You want to play? You want us to play that again? The first part, or the first part of what I'm talking about. The first part of what I'm talking about was that the claim is that when they play a Temur ramp deck, they get matched up against mono white. So that's the first part. That's the one you missed. If you just came to the chat right now, that's what you missed. If you play Temur ramp, you get matched against mono white. And we played 2 games because he said that immediately after he plays Timur Ramp, the next 2 games he got was mono white. Did it happen? No. What we got was Rakdos and Dragons. Right, what we got was, then this is despite the fact that actually if we did go up against mono white, it wouldn't have been so strange, because mono white is the best deck touted by Channel Fireball right now for standard 2022. All right, so that's what you missed. So now let's move on to the next one, where he goes on to say, then I switched to mono white, and the next 3 to 4 games I got were goblins and white. Again, going up against the mirror mono white is not strange, but let's see if we go up against a lot of goblins when we switch to mono white. Right. So I'm doing the same thing he supposedly did, which is switch to mono white. And let's see if we get goblins. Yeah, we can go back to the other ones as well, but I just wanted to go through all of these first. Right, this is not a bad hand. We have Usher the Fall. And by the way, so unlike the other decks we use, this is an actual supposedly good list, right? So I may try a bit harder to win. Yes, I know I have a good deck here. So are we going to see Mountain Goblin? No, we are not. This is mono green. Probably mono green. What's the sequence here? Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Monk of the open hand. Alright, so I can play this the next turn, Usher of the Fallen and Paladin class. I think that would be better than playing Usher of the Fallen now. And then, well, actually I can still do that, right? Yeah, maybe this one is better. So I can also just Paladin class and then Monk of the open hand next turn. So it's not mono green, it's Golgari. He's going to kill our Usher the Fallen, right? So we have to play the Monk first and then the Paladin so that the Monk will get... Ooh, right, okay. So double Monk here? Or no. So if we play the Monk... Because if we play... Well, we can actually play the second Monk. Only one of them will get the +1/+1 counter, but we'll have 2 creatures. So if he kills one of them, we'll still have the other one. And then we hope to draw a 1-drop or a 2-drop next turn so that we can Paladin class and that spell, which means that we'll be able to... Wait, what happened? My screen disappeared. There we go. You cannot have Glyco, Elo, and Rig Matchmaker at the same time. Yeah, I mean... That's why, yeah, well, that's why we're checking it out, right? So... I think, like, well, remember that this is at Platinum, right? So we don't even see much of the Glyco system yet at this point. The MMR, yeah, but the Glyco system, you see when you get to Mythic. I think. I mean, I could be wrong there. But here at Platinum, no, I think I'm right there. Because the Glyco system will only tell you your rank, right, at Mythic. here your rank is fixed. Your rank isn't moving. So do I want to play this? Then I don't get my triggers. I think I do want to play that to get whatever it is in his hand. So yeah, you don't have the Glyco yet here at this point because we are just at Platinum. That was sorely disappointing. But again, this is neither Goblins nor the Mirror, so I don't have a lot of incentive to continue playing here. No, that's not correct. So MMR is matchmaker matchmaker ranking, I guess, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, but that's different from Glyco. So Glyco inputs variables, inputs values in a function. So Glyco, think about Glyco as a function that inputs mainly two variables. The two variables, well, no, three variables. The three variables that Glyco inputs are your rank, your opponent's rank, and then the amount of time since your previous game. The amount of time since your previous game. Right, so your rank, your opponent's rank, and the amount of time in your previous game. Yeah, so that's where that doesn't make sense, because that can happen. You can do that when you are at Mythic, because the output of Glyco would be your rank. So for example, so what happens is let's say you're at Mythic 140, and then you go up against someone who is at Mythic 90%. Right. So those two factors are taken into by the Glyco system. And then let's say you won, then the amount of ranks that you're going to move up will be determined by those variables. And so in that situation, you won't really move up by a lot because you were up against a much weaker opponent rank-wise. So play this second spell, so I can actually put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. Swing with this. Yeah, so that doesn't explain anything. That doesn't mean that Glyco was used to calculate your MMR. It just means that during the time that you were playing, the matchmaker was not able to match you against anyone other than someone who has Mythic. Maybe because those were the only people in the queue. So I made a mistake here. I should have played this. So now it's going to come into play tapped. So Linvala can be sacrificed to give. So yeah. So I'm gonna Paladin class. And then Paladin class again. And then not swing. So, but as you can see, well, we were considering whether we'll get matchup against goblins or mono white, and as you can see here, that didn't happen. That didn't happen still. So none of these conspiracy theories, as of yet, is producing any fruit. Ooh, wow! That's oh no! Wow! Nice, though. I mean, that's good, but then he wasted these two Mask Vandals. So like now, I can do this, right? And suddenly my creatures are big. But we're still not. Are we still attacking? Again, we have MMR. That's true. Wizards has said that when you get matched via your MMR. Wizards also said that we use glyco, but it didn't say that your glyco rating will affect your MMR at platinum because there's nothing to compute with glyco. There's no output. There's no output. When you're at platinum, when you're prior to mythic, you don't move. Like, even if you were able to beat mythic 100, you won't move more than one space. You won't move more than one rank, right? That's what I'm saying. You won't move more than one rank. So that's what glyco is used for. So what do we do here? If I yeah, no. So I'm gonna level 2 this. No, it's not badly implemented. It's just the way it's implemented. I still don't get much of a trade here unless he's going to, although if he double blocks here, then he loses triple blocks, sorry. Then he loses party. And I get to kill 2 of these. Alright. That's not a bad trade. Oh, no, I don't get to kill 2 of these because he's going to sacrifice that for indestructible. Which is still fine. Okay, let's play this. Sure. Oh, he had another Luvala. Well, that's unfortunate. What other games with MMR system have you played before? I don't know. I don't think I have played anything with an MMR, but that's not the point. Like, okay, so your main concern is that you get matched up against mythic players, right? And like I always say, in the queue, the biggest factor on who you get matched up against is who's in the queue. So we play this. Can we still win from this position? Do I even want to win from this position? I just... Wow. Those are... Wow, he had 3 Linvalas. Yeah, we might as well attack with this. Maybe break his party, right? Yeah, that happens if you are already in Mythic. I don't think that you're supposed to go up more than 1 rank if you are in Platinum, because it's a different ranking system. It just so happened that they weren't able to match you up against anyone else during that time. I mean, so that's the other thing. Is it really harder matchups? I would argue that the level of difficulty of matches from Diamond to Mythic, or even from Platinum to Diamond, they're quite the same. Like, once you're out of gold, the matchups are pretty much the same. What does Invala do? Can't attack or block. Okay. So, what do I do here? Does this fly? Yeah, this flies. All right, so we can... I can do this. So I can swing with the Usher of the Fallen and then produce a creature. So we can kill both of these. Again, he's going to use Linvala, so we only get to kill one of them. But we do produce 1, 3, 3. Oh, okay. So he now he's broken his party. He doesn't have party anymore. But now he'll be able to kill one of our Paladin. Okay. I mean, technically, you can also have a system where from start to finish, you just have you have no bronze, no platinum, no gold, and just like one rank system for everything. You can also have that, right? But I don't see that as being necessarily strictly better or strictly worse. It's just different. So, like I always say, I'm a player, not a game designer. So I just play the game. My main job is to play and win. That's my main job. As a player, I mean. I don't care what system they implement. I just try to win as much as I can, regardless of what system they implement. And I think that that's a good perspective to have as a player, because then you don't have to worry about all these things. Like, is it fair? Is it good? No, I'm just winning. I'm just crushing the competition, and that's enough. Right? It doesn't really. Wait, what do I do here? Right, he doesn't have flyers. So I can just do this. And then we have lethal, right? You can block 3 of these, but I'll get 1 through. There's nothing else he can do here. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we have lethal. Alright, so that took a long time. Sorry about that. Should have conceded that way earlier. But, well, we'll play one more, but I won't finish this one. Let's just see if we get matched. So far, we haven't seen a mono white deck, and we haven't seen a goblin deck for this conspiracy theory. Yeah, it's something that you just play with because it's there, right? So those are the rules that are set. Just play within those rules. If they change the rules, frankly, the only system changing that I'd be concerned about would be anything that has to do with the economy, because I like the economy as it is. So any changes to the economy that makes it more difficult to gather cards. So finally we go up against mono white, not goblins, but mono white. But again, like I said, that's not strange, because mono white is one of the most popular decks. But we didn't see goblins, right? All 3 games we didn't see the goblins. Yeah, and that's what's frankly beautiful about Magic. You can play it any which way you want. You can play it competitively, you can play it just for kicks. Any which way you want is fine. I am seeing how powerful Monk of the Open Hand is going to be, and in that sense, the Knight of Flowers, the Knight of Flowers, the Master of Flowers might be very good. This is a nice touch. I get 2/2/2s on turn 2. Or a 3/3. I'll go for the 3/3. Alright, so that's what's wonderful about Magic. You can play it any which way you want. We need a land. Yes, perfect. Get the Skyclave gets this one. Swing. I have only time for one hobby. So I stick to Magic because I know I'm good at it. And it's a hobby I can justify because, well, sometimes you actually win some stuff. Right? There are times where you actually win some stuff. So I get to justify the hobby. Right? It's not just a hobby. Sometimes I win stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna concede this now. Alright, so that's our next conspiracy theory. We'll go on to the next one. What is the next one? Okay, so the next one is actually related to this. So he goes on to say, play that white deck and tell me out of 5 games if you don't get mostly white decks or black-white decks. So we did not get mostly white decks. We did get one white deck. But we also got a party deck and another deck, a Rakdos deck. And we never got a black-white deck. So we've already done that as well. Alright, so finally we have made a fast elf deck, played 6 times. 5 of them was the Orzhov black-white deck. I'm assuming these are all standard 2022, so I'm gonna look at Channel Fireball ratings to see what these decks actually are. Because I have no idea. I got no idea. So white weenie, band party. There we go. We have Orzhov control and mono green. I'm assuming these are the decks. So let's do mono green first. The fast elf deck. And then out of 6 games, 5 of them are versus Orzhov. So let's look at what this mono green deck is. Probably have most of these. If not, we're going to substitute some items. Oh, this was by Crockies. Cool. I mean, if this is standard 2022, well, yeah, my mono white is the most popular deck there. I think even in best of 1Q, mono white remains one of the most popular. Right, so I have this completely built. Cool. That's nice. Right, so we'll play this in standard 2022. And the conspiracy is that when you play this, 5 out of 6 games you're gonna play against a black-white deck. And the black-white deck is actually also in the Channel Fireball power rankings. So it is a deck. There is a black-white deck. So there is a not insignificant chance that we're going to meet them on the ladder. Let's see if we meet them 5 out of 6 times in a row. Awesome, awesome. All right, take care. Also, this is a black-white deck. I mean, this is a white deck. Could be a black-white deck. Could be a party deck. No, it's not a black-white deck. It's some party. Some party deck. So this is not a black-white deck. Well, let's see. What is a black-white deck? Let's see what the black-white deck is. Should have done that first. No, it's the black-white is Orzhov control. That was, yeah. So this is definitely not Orzhov control. Right. So the deck has Elite Spellbinder. I'll show you. It has Elite Spellbinder, Eye Twitch, Shambling Gas. Whoa, this is very interesting. Blood on the Snow as a 4-off. Yeah, so this is definitely not it. But what do I do here? What's the sequence? I think, yeah, I think Pack Leader. Is that right? Yeah, so I can block the Archpriest, right? Unless he plays a different party like that, then this becomes 3, and then I can't block. And then that's almost a full party. I mean, I can block, but I don't want to. Guess Rangers class here. And play this. And pass the turn. But I don't need to continue this, actually, right? I mean, we know that this is not a black-white deck, a black-white Orzhov control deck. And I get the conspiracy now, because then the black-white deck is probably a very bad matchup for a mono-green deck because of all of the board wipes. So we didn't see it the first game. Let's see. It is 5 out of 6, right? So maybe the remaining 5 games we get to see this black-white deck. So the conspiracy theorists still have nothing so far. In all the games we played, none of the predictions came true. And again, let me reiterate, it only becomes weird when the actual rate at which they claim things are happening is actually happening. So this is not a black-white deck. Ooh, this is nice. You see, they can kill our containment breach. So what we want to do here is do this. Right. So will they containment breach though? Or should I just Eskas Chariot? I think I made a mistake here. I should have played a different land. No, okay, that's fine then. So I'll play this. Then I'll play Florahedron. Tap this. So I might still want to attack. Let's attack. It's gonna block, alright. So if he just uses this to destroy this, I can swing with all these and draw a card, which I think is very good. Oh no, okay. Sorry, it has to be 6. What was I thinking? That that was not smart. Yeah, I thought that you needed 4 power. No, you need 6. I did not read. I did not read the card. Oh, that's an interesting point. Maybe some people are in a rank. Yeah, and that's actually why this is good to do when you're at platinum. Because once you're at mythic, then mostly you'll face up against meta decks, unless you're like in the 80% mythic. So it's really in these lower ranks, which I think you'll be able to see those conspiracy theories happen if ever they do. And again, the point is not to see them happening, but to see them happen live on stream at the same regularity that they are being claimed to happen. This is what's going to happen. Bounce. Alright, sure. So I can still do... do I just attack? Yeah, let's just attack. I won't draw a card. Because then I can Esca's Chariot. I can Esca's Chariot and will do nothing else actually, but that's fine. This is taking too long. We know it's not black-white, so we might as well concede. Alright, so that is the second. Yeah, we're getting through those quests. Nice. Second or third game and no black-white control. Third game, I think. Right? Or second? Alright, let's call it second. And then let's quickly concede through the ones where we're sure we're not playing against a black-white deck. We've been having too much fun. Playing when I shouldn't be. So we just want to get through these matches. There's really no point in trying to win. This is black, alright. So could this be, finally, an Orzhov deck? So this is the third match, right? Okay, black. Still don't know. I don't want to scare him into conceding. So I'm just gonna play a land here and swing. Because he might concede, and we won't see if he has white mana. So I'm not gonna play Esca's Chariot. Or Ranger's Class. Snow-covered swamp. Go blank. How do I make it so that he won't be any the wiser here? Please. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, this is just for fun. Like, if there was something relevant to do right now other than this, like rank up or stuff like that, I would be doing that. But there isn't. So, like, this is not black-white. I mean, let's see. This seems like mono-black. Mono-black something. Mono-black treasure. Still don't want to play that Esca's Chariot and spook him. Yeah, okay, so this is clearly, we've seen several black snow-covered swamps, seen I Hive Tile. We have not seen any white mana. This is clearly not black-white. It is some sort of mono-black control, right? So I guess that's sort of similar. Because the Orzhov deck is a control deck, but that's still not what the conspiracy theory is supposed to say. Yeah, they probably also still have Blood in the Stone. You're right. You're right. So it is probably a mono black control deck. Not an Orzhov control deck. But again, it's not like we were matched up against a mono black control deck 3 times in a row. No, that's the first time we've seen it. Let's see if we see it again. Then maybe we'll be a bit more concerned, right? But like the other 2 decks that we've faced are basically aggro decks, party decks. But I like Lolth. I think that would be very nice in the new standard. Lolth is interesting. Blood on the Snow. I wonder how good Blood on the Snow is actually going to be in the new standard. Right? Blood on the Snow is quite powerful in that it can get something from your graveyard. And considering that, let's say you're all snowlands, you can get even a Planeswalker. That's 5 CMC. Oh, black mana. Is this also a black control deck? Yeah, with treasures, right? But what else do they use for treasures aside from the... Okay, so this is not black-white. Is it black-blue control then? I mean, we have check for traps. Yeah, again, we don't want to spook him, so we're just going to... Not gonna play the Old Growth Troll. Oh, okay. And this is all in Standard 2022. I'm not gonna cast anything. Let's just see what he has. So again, this is not black-white control, it's black-blue control. And if we're talking about control versus aggro, in the past 4 games, we've gone against aggro twice, and then now seemingly control twice. So you can't really say that you go up against control more times than other decks, right? That also doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's very interesting. These pocket metas, the standard 2022 pocket meta is really interesting. Like when you take away all the cards from Eldraine onwards, you really see a clear shift on what becomes good, what becomes bad. Yeah, yes. Yeah, and Yasharn is from Zendikar, right? Yes. I think we've seen enough, right? So this is clearly a control deck, the second control deck out of 4, but not an Orzhov deck. So the claim that we see an Orzhov deck 5 out of 6 times, not true. Not true. So I'm not gonna prolong this. So we'll play one more. We'll play one more for this one, or 2 more because it did say 6 matches. I think this is the last one. I do have elves, but That one is a bit trickier because it requires us to hopefully get matched against a Jeskai control and then see if they have Sweltering Suns. Or Sweltering Suns, or was it some other 3 CMC board wipe? No, Sweltering Sun or Crippling Fear, I guess. So we've gone up against 2 control, 2 aggro. What will break the stalemate here? This is Imeria's Call. Ooh, a white blue control or party. Don't want to spook him. Yeah, the time when I saw Loth, I was like, this is very interesting. Can bounce that? I'm definitely not playing optimally. I see my mistakes. Like I should have played Lair here, because that's going to come in tap, so I'll have 4 lands, so pardon the misplays. 3 colors. What is this deck? It's clearly not black-white, right? If he's shown 3 lands that... Well, there's white. Yeah, so there's no black. It's not black-white. Let's see. Yeah, this does seem to be some weird control deck. I'm gonna wait 1 more turn, see what happens. Then we'll concede. Just want to see his first spell. But again, clearly not black-white. It's just Jeskai Dragons. Really? Okay, so that's more mid-rangey really than control. So we got 2 mid-range, 2 control. 2 aggro, 2 control, 1 mid-range. Really a healthy mix. That's the case. But this is someone who's... Let's see. Okay, counter this. There we go. He does have a counter spell. What? Okay. That's not bad. Actually, come to think of it. The only thing I have against this is a 3-mana CMC, but that wasn't such a bad move, right? A remand like that. Yeah. He probably made a pretty bad... Let's see if this is a counter spell. I think this is Alrund's Epiphany. Okay, so this is not... This is not a Dragon's deck, right? So it can't be a Dragon's deck now. Plus it doesn't have a counter spell. I can't kill Cody. Do you want to kill Cody? Probably want to kill Cody, right? We probably want to kill Cody. But how? I think this is the best way to kill Cody. Choose target creature you control. If you control 3 or more snowlands. Okay, now this is better. I do this. Oh no, 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 no! I don't have mana now. Oh. Can't kill. Can't kill with a Blizzard Brawl. Blizzard Brawl. Alright. Alright, Cody, show me what you got. Let's see what you got. Ah, I didn't see that coming. What else? Igneous. That's cool. You get 2/4/4 angels. Plus you get to kill that. Plus you get to learn. That's not bad. Okay, so now, oops, we can play Old Gross Troll. Use that to man the Eskas chariot. Use Blizzard Brawl to kill one of the angels and get... That is awesome. Alright, we're gonna concede here. That was pretty good. A Cody control-ish, combo-ish deck. Another thing to look forward to when we actually see all the cards pulled from Innistrad and see if that actually works in the new standard. Right, so that is game number 5. We didn't see black-white at all in all those 5 games. So definitely that conspiracy theory doesn't really hold any water. All right, do we have any more? I think those are all. They do have one left, which is the Elves deck. Right. So I don't have the complete Elves deck. So this is a hodgepodge of elves. We have a poor man's, a poor man's, what do you call that? The old guy, Llanowar Archdruid. Yeah, this is the poor man's Archdruid. So I don't have the real Archdruid. And we do have War Master, but we don't have any of the other cool 2-drops. We do have War Master and Elvish Clan Color, but what we don't have are the one. We don't have the 1-drop that makes your elves uncounterable. So this is for historic, right? And let's. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, so now I can use that gold for arena opens again. I missed the last arena open because I wanted to reach 1 million. So I didn't want to spend any for that arena open, which is actually quite good because the next arena open is going to be draft, which I feel is going to be quite awesome. So that's good. Looking forward to play that arena open. So let's, yeah, the last one is, yeah, the last one's pretty difficult because we have to get matched up against Saturday Suns. The first deck, so let's just try it once and let's see if the first deck we run up against is Jeskai Control. Which is, again, not going to be very surprising. We need historic best of 3. This is traditional historic ranked, right? Well, for farming gold and gems, if you're starting out, then the constructed events are good. Right, for farming gold and gems, if you look at the constructed events, and I used to play this a lot, they're pretty good, especially now. One thing about constructed events is that when you get to these ones, right? When we're nearing rotation, they stop giving you cards from older sets as your prizes. So it means that here, if you get to say 3 wins, then not only do you get an additional, not only do you get an additional 500 gold, right? Not only do you get an additional 500 gold, you also get 1 rare, which is going to be from a standard legal set post rotation. So that's good. That's good. I used to do this a lot when I was starting out because it was good value. But you get to a point where it's not worth it anymore. The time investment that you need is it's just not worth it anymore, and you can just basically squeeze all that time investment into the metagame challenge. Because a metagame challenge, you pay more, like you pay 2,000 gold, but you get a lot more rewards if you do well. Like one 7 win in a metagames challenge would be equivalent to, I don't know, 5 wins here. So you have to win, 50 games. Whereas in metagame challenge, you only need to win 7. So that's when you get to a point where you have a lot of gold to actually burn in the metagame challenge and a high enough win rate, then that would be better. But before that, the standard events are pretty good. So let's play that one traditional before calling it a day. Traditional historic ranked. Let's see. Where's my elves? Bad elves then. And of course, in general, you want to spend your gems on drafts or the mastery pass. Those two are some of the best ways to spend your gems. Especially if you're starting out. The mastery pass, if you already have a lot of resources, like the same resources that I have, the mastery pass still gives you your money back. I mean, it still gives you your resources back, your gems, your gold. You still get those back. So it's still fine. But if you're starting out, the Mastery Pass gives you a ton of resources. Because all those packs that the Mastery Pass gives you actually has some value. Right, so this is not Jeskai. Let's see if it's an elf deck that runs Crippling Fear, shall we? No, it is a Jund deck. I do like Chilling Cheville. Cheville is... Did I miss that? I missed that sequence. I'm a terrible player. My goodness. I missed that sequence. I should have gone for Elvish War Master first and then Jaspera Sentinel. That was horrible. Yes, definitely this deck does not run Crippling Fear. I do like Chilling Cheville. This is no blocks. A Jund deck, I guess. Now let's get that trigger from the Elvish War Master. No trigger from the Elvish War Master. No trigger for the Elvish War Master. Yeah, let's concede. Let's see if we have Crippling Fear here, though. It's unlikely. I mean, why would you put... There are probably more options. Oh, we're seeing Bone Crusher Giant make its way to Jund now. Yeah, we're dead here. Alright, this is best of 3. No thank you. How do I concede? Alright, so that is it for today. So we've gone through a number of conspiracy theories about the Matchmaker, and none of them actually happened on stream. And yeah, as a parting reminder, so I always am reminded whenever I see conspiracy theories like this, I'm always reminded by what my teacher in large sample theory asked in class once. And the question was, if, let's say you went around checking if people can guess 10 coin tosses in a row. 10 coin tosses. So you ask them to guess the result of a coin toss, heads or tails. Right? So let's say you ask people one at a time if they can guess 10 times in a row. And then after doing this a bunch of times, you finally meet someone who was able to guess the coin toss 10 times in a row. So what do you conclude at that point? Should you conclude that that person has some sort of superpower? Because that person was able to guess 10 coin tosses in a row. And so you asked that in the class. And one student answered, no, you ask the person to do it again. And that's precisely what we're doing here. We're not disputing that any of these things didn't happen. They probably happened, right? They probably happened. The person who met an Orsov deck 5 out of 6 times on the ladder of Standard 2022, that probably happened. Person who went up against a Jeskai control deck or an Elves deck that ran Crippling Fear, that probably happened. But that's not the point. The point is that for there to be some sort of rigging, those things must happen non-randomly, meaning they must happen with some regularity. And by some regularity, we mean that when we try it ourselves, it should also happen to us. And that's when you can say that maybe there's something here, right? If I keep doing it and it keeps happening, then maybe there's something there. But if it happened once and you felt bad about it and you posted about it on Facebook, but no one can replicate it, then that's just random. That just happens. That's just the way things are when things are random. All right. So that's it for me today. That was fun. Now, I haven't done this in a while. I've done this a couple of times before, and I'll post this on YouTube so that I can put it with the others that I have there. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you again next time.